We're going to talk Infamous Second Son. And yeah, we got a special guest, Todd.
We do?
That's right.
How do we keep getting these guests?
I don't know. I mean, we have a Twitter account.
Tony from Dual Shockers, he's like a real reporter guy.
That's right. So here's his graphic. Tony Polanco, you're in the chat. You can hear us right now, correct?
I hear you perfectly. How you doing, everybody? Hello, internets.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
He's got an enthusiasm. He's going to take over our show if he keeps this up.
Oh my God, I'm threatened by your charisma already.
Tony,
I'm feeling threatened.
Tony writes for Dual Shockers. You reviewed Infamous Second Son. We got you for a couple of minutes here. You said in your article, and AI, go ahead and throw it up here. You said that the next gen has finally arrived with this game. Go ahead and tell us why.
Basically, to me, next gen means stuff that's under the hood. Every game looks really nice now, and I expect every game to look beautifully from now on. So I'm more concerned about what's happening under the hood. How does it actually play? How does it all come together? And Infamous does that for me. This game has a lot of powers. I won't spoil all the powers for you people. A lot of powers, and they all blend seamlessly together. Traversing the world, using your powers. All these things coming together, and they're flawless. No frame dips, nothing chugging or anything like that. I was like, okay, if this is where things are heading, this is nice. I could get down with this.
How seamless is it to jump into?
Yeah, this is the third game in the Infamous franchise, but if you never played the other ones, you're okay. You know, they do a good thing with the tutorials where they teach you everything, all the powers. They come at a good pace. They don't just throw everything at you at once. You know, everything comes in nice and smoothly, and yeah, you don't need any knowledge of the previous games to really enjoy this.
What could the game perhaps improve upon?
The enemy AI.
Okay.
Now, and I said this in my review too. These enemies are pretty stupid. You know, like they either just all rush me or they just like run around in a circle as I'm like right next to them. I'm like, dude, I'm right here. Why don't you attack me?
So the AI is based on the patterns of puppy behavior, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
our AI here.
Yeah, just runs in
I'm a
circles.
little uncomfortable with all of this talk about quote-unquote bad AI.
Yeah.
But the moral choice system, the designer, I think it was a couple weeks ago, said this is the kind of game you need to play twice so that you can play bad and you can play good, or evil versus good. Is that a bit audacious? Is this the kind of game people are going to want to play once, let alone twice?
Yeah, you do have to play it twice because the two moral choices are very different from each other. It's almost like two different stories. So, I mean, if you want to experience the full thing, I would suggest you play twice. And the thing is, the game is so much fun, you want to play twice anyway. So why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah,
you know?
and then you probably also want to play drunk, and you also want to play high.
You got to play hanging upside down.
Yeah, so there's like all these different options. That's really cool.
And then the DLC is they just send you some Adderall.
Yeah, and some pizza.
Tony, again, thanks so much for joining us. I know we get you. Feel free to hang around, but go ahead and flash up the graphic for a second. Tony, thanks so much for joining us. We had such a good note with our guests. This is a really cool one, and I know the Twitch audience is big on Dota 2.
They are?
The documentary, well, yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the second most popular game, like always. Now, yesterday, the documentary for it came out called Free to Play that Valve made following three gamers around, three Dota 2 players in the International Championship. Go ahead, AI, and play one of the clips here. This is one of the intro clips. So this is setting the table for the 1.6 million tournament.
Watch the forums go nuts, guys. Watch the forums go nuts. It is actually confirmed.
What it does, it documents the actual action very well.
Yeah.
And it actually goes into the stories of these people who, most of these guys were playing video games and their parents don't want them to. Go and play a clip. And this is him talking about how his ex-girlfriend broke up with him. She was a Dota 2 player as well. And the point is, it actually takes a really cool personal look. We're not selling this very well. Valve is like, who are these dudes? Free to play, it's out there. One note in there, Jeremy Lin, the NBA player, plays Dota 2. What's starting to look like a pretty strong game is Wolfenstein New Order. They released a cool little trailer today.
Yeah, they even made a prequel movie to this called Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell me how it ends. It's still on my DVR. But it actually looks like a halfway solid entry in the franchise. It's been 5 years since we've seen a Wolfenstein game, on a
And this was one of the original 3D shooters back in the day, right?
Well, I mean, it eventually got a hold of it. Who was the company that first made it? I forget. Anyway, let's play the video.
Why is Margaret Thatcher in a German Nazi suit?
So it's set after World War II, and it's as if Germany had won World War II.
Oh, great.
Hashtag too soon, am I right?
All right. Well,
So she's asking you which one to choose. Oh, so you grab the gun, and then the mech shoots you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So did BioShock break into this game?
No, I don't know.
This is awesome.
That's a really wide train.
That was what you took away from that?
Yeah.
That's how wide the train was?
It was a
Have
really wide
You ever play
train.
The Raven, the adventure game?
No,
You
I
really
haven't.
get your socks off.
I also love the accuracy of the fact that they had giant robots in Nazi Germany.
Look,
Well,
it's
the idea is
an
that
alt history
Yes.
schlocky game. It's okay.
AI as a robot is probably jealous. He wasn't
sorry, a
featured
robot?
in this. Yes,
Excuse
a robot.
me?
See all this gender.
I'm an
news.
AI.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm
It's
just a guy, not a
racist.
man. This really cool indie game called The Forest.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to play
I
this
got
game.
serious. This, again, really
What if
cool
I am?
indie survivor horror game. Go ahead and play the video here.
Okay.
It doesn't, words don't do this justice.
All right, let's see this game. All right, this is basically what happens when you just. Is this Deliverance, the game?
No, this is called The Forest.
Yeah.
SurviveTheForest.com.
Yeah.
Alpha 2014, early spring 2014. This spring, release $15, PC and Oculus Rift.
Oh, you know what?
You put the Oculus Rift on, that'll make you
Yeah,
pee
here,
your pants.
here, Oculus Rift. I hope you guys are listening because if you bundle your Oculus Rift with some adult diapers, you could sell a whole bunch because when you're playing that game, you'll probably just crap yourself.
The fate of the earth